Well, the wife of WNBA star Brittney Griner says that she is terrified about what will happen to her in a Russian prison.
CBS Mornings co-host Gayle King spoke exclusively with Cherelle Griner. It's the first interview that she has given since Brittney Griner was sentenced to 9 years on drug charges. They discuss Brittney's upcoming appeal hearing and the possible outcome that scares her the most.
What could happen to Brittney in 2 weeks?
In my brain, I'm like, please, in 2 weeks, have figured this out. But the reality of the situation is that once that hearing is held and the order is finalized, BG's now in the position where she could be moved to a labor camp. And my brain can't even fathom it. Obviously, it's not for sure, but me and BG are operating in a position where, like, we have to prepare for the worst.
And Gayle is here with us in Studio 57 to talk about the interview. Gayle, this was so heartbreaking to watch.
Heartbreaking is a word. Yeah.
We can't imagine what Cherelle is going through. What is your sense of how she's just doing? I mean, when she's talking to you on camera, she looks strong, she looks resolved.
I said that too, yeah.
Right?
I said, how are you sitting in the upright position
Yes.
with all that's going on and talking to me so coherently? In addition to that, guys, she was studying for the bar in the middle of all this. She's going to find out in a couple weeks how she did. But in the middle of all this, she's studying for the bar. And she's trying to be very strong for Brittney. They've had 2 conversations. Imagine Brittney's been held since February. They couldn't talk until August. They had 2 conversations. One was 5 minutes, one was 15 minutes, arbitrarily decided by the Russian government. The first conversation, she said, she sounds strong. Okay, we're going to get through this. The second conversation, which was August 31st, she said Gayle terrified her because Brittney sobbed for like 30 seconds to 2 minutes straight. And Cherelle said there was nothing I could do. I felt that she was broken. I felt that she was terrified. And I felt, this is the thing that got to me. Brittney says, what does my life really matter? Does anybody really care about me anymore? What is the point? Does anybody matter? And when you think about how she was arrested, and Cherelle, who is a member of the legal community, says, I understand you have to be held accountable for your actions, but let the punishment fit the crime. She had hashish oil that was prescribed by a doctor, by the way, because she has pain from being an athlete. She had less than 0.7 of a gram, which they described to me, and this was the residue. It was described to me as the size of a raisin, as a raisin. We all know what a raisin is.
Right.
And in the past, if that happens to somebody from another country, you get a slap on the wrist, you're fined, you're kicked out immediately, you're told not to come back. She's taken into custody. And keep in mind, she doesn't even know what is happening to her. And here she sits. The big hearing is October 25th, where she's appealing it. But they don't expect anything to change. She's under no illusion that, now suddenly Brittney's going to be released. What she's really, really appealing to is President Putin. She's had a face-to-face meeting with President Biden that went very well. She thought that Biden reassured her that he's working just as hard as he can. When I saw the interview just now, I thought, somebody asked the president about Brittney Griner.
Oh, yeah, when President Biden was on his way.
Yes,
Yeah,
somebody asked him. Because there is an offer on the table to President Putin, and we're hoping, we don't know what the offer is, but we're hoping that he will take
meaning
it.
a diplomatic offer from the United States.
Yes, a diplomatic offer from the United States.
I think what people need to understand, too, is you describe what she had on her. Yes. And people are going to say, well, that you broke the law. But she is being
let the punishment
charged.
Get the crime.
She's being charged like a drug trafficker.
Yes.
Not like someone who had a personal amount on.
Yes.
It is an attempt at manipulating the system, right? So the conversation has been about a prisoner swap with a guy who's serving time for being an arms dealer.
A really terrible
person. It is not the same thing. So that people
and that's what,
understand.
and that is what you see some people in this country saying, right? Look, we're going to let loose this arms dealer for a basketball player who should have known better. But when you realize that she may be sent to a gulag,
a labor
forced
camp,
labor camp, hard labor camp
for 9 years. Just the fact, guys, that she even got a 9-year prison sentence.
Yeah.
I mean, Cherelle says at every turn we kept thinking, this can't be happening. Somebody will intervene. There's no way that she's going to be, and with each step, it has just gotten worse. That's why this is so frightening. And the reason, and listen, even talking to me, she's a nervous wreck because She's afraid of saying the wrong thing that'll piss somebody off, either in the United States government or the Russian government. But she said, I just don't want Brittney Griner to be forgotten. That's the main reason. And certainly before this hearing on October 25th.
You know what would be the hardest thing for me? I'm going to ask you what's the hardest thing for her, is that there are no actual rules.
Yes.
That they
And the rules
bend
keep
and
changing.
sway.
Yes,
Exactly. So you
yes.
think I'm doing what I'm supposed to do, but that doesn't matter. Did she say to you, what is the toughest thing? Obviously missing the woman that she loves, but...
Yeah, that is the toughest thing, and not knowing what the end goal is. Just tell us what you want. That's the other thing.
Right.
President Putin hasn't said what you want. Tell us what you want so we can figure out how we can get there. And she said, she's tired of her being described as unlawfully detained. I think that's the phrase that's used. She goes, she is a hostage. And that's the word that we should use. She is a hostage. But you're looking at a young woman. She's 29, Cherelle is. Brittney Griner turns 32 October 18th.
Right.
October 18th. And they just want to live their lives. True, she broke the law because even though it's a prescribed substance for medicinal reasons, in Russia, no amount is okay.
Right.
So we get that.
We understand,
get that.
yeah.
But we just want the punishment to fit the crime, and it has not so far.
And we have talked about this, Gayle, on CBS Mornings, that if this were Tom Brady or Steph Curry
or LeBron
James, they themselves, LeBron and Steph Curry themselves have said, if that were me, you can best believe that I would be already most likely home.
They would not still be there.
They would not still be there.
That's a sad state of affairs. And the fact that she's playing in Russia because she doesn't make enough at the WNBA.
That's another point.
That's
another
whole other
huge
conversation
point that she has to play.
That she's played. She makes 2 to 3 times the amount. But this is the thing. She liked playing in Russia. She's a star. She's well liked in Russia. Cherelle was telling me people would stop her on the street and say, Brittney, you're going to make a dunk for us tonight? I'm not going to imitate an accent.
Yeah.
It was in a Russian. You're going to make a dunk for us tonight? So she's well liked. And I thought Cherelle made a good point. She's lived there, played there for 7 years, paid taxes there, has shown a bright light on Russia in the form of this basketball team.
In a positive light.
In a very positive light. So they're all just baffled and they're all just scared. And I can't think of anything more terrifying than that, not knowing what the end will be. And they really don't know. And she's concerned, but she says, I said, so who's taking care of you? How are you holding him? She goes, I don't even have time to think about that. I just want to be here. I want to be supportive of Brittney and to keep her name out there in the public's eye.
Well,
and that's why
she's not going to be forgotten.
She's not going to be forgotten.
But
Gayle,
Anne-Marie, we say that, but I'm on the plane heading to Phoenix.
Yeah.
And people said, hey, Gayle, where are you going? What are you going to do? I said, I'm doing an interview with Cherelle Griner, Brittney Griner's wife. Well, who is that? I go,
no.
You know who Brittney, no, who is that? They said, the name sounds familiar. And when you say WNBA player, then they go, oh, yeah.
Right.
Wow.
Is she still in prison?
Right.
See, it's all top of mind for us in the news media. But, the news cycle, as you know, just goes from one thing to the next to the next.
Yeah.
Yes. So people are saying, who is that again? That surprised me, though.
You know what that makes me think of, though?
What?
Paul Whelan.
Yes.
Who is also there.
We talked about him, too.
Yeah, and then, if you're not remembering Brittney Griner, you're surely not remembering
That's right.
Mr. Whelan.
They had so much, and the families talk from time to time because they're in the same boat. They had so much hope when Trevor Reed came home. They said, yes, this can happen.
Yes.
This can happen. So they're hoping it would move very quickly. And now, both of them are still behind bars.
Well, I'm proud that we're able to have these conversations with Cherelle, which does keep it, at least for a moment, in front of people's minds. Because the last thing you would want as an American, as a fellow, American to Brittney, to know that your fellow American is stuck behind bars for something that most people don't believe she should be in jail for, at least the kind of sentence
it was sort of heartbreaking for her to say, does my life matter? Do people still care? Yeah, that I got the hair stood up on the back of my neck when she said that.
Gayle, it was great having you. Fantastic interview.
I know it's so nice to be in my old home.
Your old haunting.
You guys make it look good. You make it look good.